All right, everybody, here we go. We're going to talk about the statistics class for, in this case, it's the Pride Prep program. And I've got in front of me my syllabus that I have loaded into your D2L course shell. And if you look at it, there's a few things you should pay attention to, namely my office hours, which are Monday 1 to 3, and then Tuesday, Thursday, there's 12:30 to 1:30 and 3:15 to 3:45. And those are the hours that I'm just absolutely going to be in Binion 315, so that if you're looking for me, you could find me. But I'm in there a lot more than those hours, so I say by appointment, and I mean that. So if, for instance, you can't get together until maybe 5 o'clock in the evening one night, if I'm available, we can set an appointment. Now, I always warn people, though, that you only get one chance at an appointment with me. If you stand me up, then the rest of it's going to have to be during my normal office hours. So please don't stand me up whenever you set an appointment, because I'm making a special effort to be there, and it would be nice if you did the same. In general, the best way to contact me is through email, pamela.webster@tamuc.edu, and I will respond within 48 hours, of course, maybe not over a weekend or over a holiday and that kind of thing. If you're on the A&M Commerce campus, you are required to wear a face covering when indoors, and if you are ill in any kind of way, please don't come to campus. Our textbook for this course, I have, I thought I had the front, there it is, the front cover of it with me. I have gone with an OpenStax book for this class because I heard that the students are paying out of their own pocket for this book. So the OpenStax, what that is, it's an open education resource, so anybody can use it for free. You can download the .pdf format to your computer, which I highly recommend. You can use it online, but of course, if you have an issue while you're online, then, or your internet goes down or whatever, you won't be able to access it anymore. So I recommend you download it. It's a relatively small PDF. It's not humongous. And so that way you just have it so that you can do your books and stuff like that. The book looks like this when you're looking at it. In your D2L under week 1, I have put the link so that you can go there and you're just looking for the intro statistics course, and you'll need to download the file. You can access it online, but I highly recommend downloading the file. And then you also need to have access to StatCrunch, which that's just statcrunch.com, and you can purchase a 6-month subscription, and I believe it's $14.99. I looked over the holidays. So for 6 months of StatCrunch, being able to use that, we will work on projects in this software. Every other week you'll have a little project from me, and that's a pretty considerable percentage of your grade. $14.99, that's not bad for your semester's worth of materials, so you should purchase that. All right. Important stuff for this course, because it is an online course. You need to have access to either a scanner or to a scanning app, and you will need to do that through Cam Scanner or iScanner. There's several different ones out there I've seen. The one that I have uploaded a video for and that I am familiar with for the batch setting and being able to use it as a .pdf is the Cam Scanner. So this is an online course, but we will be doing certain things in the videos that include stuff like dice and coins and decks of cards and stuff like that. So you may want to have access to those things on your own so that you can do that. Because it's an online course, you're going to need to be able to use a webcam, a microphone, a headset, that kind of stuff if you need to communicate with me through Zoom meetings and stuff like that. And also, because you're going to be uploading all of your tests and stuff into D2L for me to grade, you're going to want to use pens on those so that they will scan well. Let's see. And there's more about the scanner app in your D2L course shell under week 1. Calculators, I'm going to use an 83 or 84. You're going to want to be able to do linear regression on your calculators, and I will walk you through a lot of that, but you need to have access to a calculator that'll let you do that. We don't generally allow things like Casio prisms and stuff like that, but the TI 83, 84 are pretty good for that stuff. So I will let you read through the course description and all of our objectives and things like that, being able to communicate, empirical and quantitative skills. You guys can read through that stuff. Where am I looking? Minimal technical skills on page 3. You're going to have to be able to access MyLeo, the MyLeo Online, all that good stuff, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. They're just little things that you're going to want to do throughout the semester using all that kind of stuff. Of course, email back and forth with me. You're going to watch videos, just like the one that I'm making right now. So be sure you do that before you start working on the homework. And hopefully all of your questions about the content will be answered in the video. If you'll just watch it, that would be helpful. You really need to be spending a lot of time with this class. The supposed time is about 10 hours per week. It's a 3-hour course, and you should be doing the 3 hours in class plus 3 hours per hour in class. So that's 9. So it's actually 12 hours. But I feel like you can probably get by with less than that, but make sure you set aside a consistent amount of time every week so that you can do homework and projects and things like that. Okay. Grading process. This is what a lot of people are concerned about. Homework, quizzes, and projects are considered daily grades, and those are 15% of your grade. Tests are 60%. I'll talk more about those in just a second. And then the final exam, which in this case is going to be optional, only because we're in a COVID world right now, 25%, and I'll explain how that works as well. In order to getting passing grade, if you are a non-STEM major, a D works, but most people are going to want a C or better, which for our purposes is a 70 or higher. Okay, daily grades. This includes attendance, participation, homework, quizzes, being able to do projects, all that stuff. All that gets lumped into one big group, and everything is equally weighted. And inside of that, you will be doing 15% of your grade will be in that. So all of your quizzes are going to be online in your D2L shell. All of your homework will be paper and pencil. I will actually load the pages that you'll need to work on into your D2L. So it's not actually the same homework sets as are in the book that you're reading, but I will load those pages and you will work on them, and then you will scan your pages, try to make sure they're nice, clean, pretty pages, and that I don't have a lot of shadows, they're not blurry, there's not stuff in the background. You have an assignment week 1 that's called the batch scanning assignment or something like that, where you must show me that you can do at least 2 pages, nice, clean, pretty scans, uploaded into one file, a batch is what they call that, and then make sure it's a .pdf and upload that into D2L. It's just a practice session, so this is either a 0 or a 100. You either did it or you didn't, basically. So you're going to want to do that because it's an easy 100, and that makes sure that you have the scanning app or access to a scanner or whatever it is you need. So make sure you do that and get it taken care of. All right, class activities, projects, and reflections. These are a little more weighty, I would say, than just a regular old homework assignment. And this is what you're going to be doing in StatCrunch. You're going to be sending me emails and stuff like that. So these just come up every week or two, and you'll know as they come up and just get them done. Tests. Cell phones aren't allowed because this is an online class. You will be either testing with me. You can do it face-to-face or through Zoom, or you can test on the A&M Commerce campus at the Academic Testing Center face-to-face, or we have access to online proctors, and I'll give you more information on that as we get closer. If you're doing an online exam, you'll need to remember that you'll need a photo ID, stable internet service, you have to be on the entire time of your test, and a web camera or some other kind of camera that's in a standalone device, like in a laptop or a tablet or a phone, so that we can have you on video. And all of that, anytime you are proctoring online, that will be recorded so that I can take a look at it later if there's any kind of issues. So yeah, you need to be able to be on video the whole time. Be aware of that. I do replace a load test with the final exam. If you take the final exam this semester is optional because of COVID and stuff like that. So that way that works is at the top of page 6. If after exam 3, going into past week 14, you decide that you are happy with your grade, there will be a quiz. You will take it, you'll say, I'm happy with my grade, and you'll get whatever grade you have at that point out of 75% of your grade, okay? 75 percentage points, okay? However, if you missed an exam or you're just like, oh, I wish I had one letter grade higher, I want to replace a low test, that kind of thing, then you'll need to take the final exam. It's worth 25% of your grade, and once you take that, I will grade them, it will count. So make sure you choose wisely on that. If you want to take the final, it's going to count either for or against you, so you know, if you're not going to study, then it's not worth taking the final, basically. So think hard about that, and you'll have plenty of time to make that decision as we get close to week 14. And at that point in time, you'll go, okay, I'm going to take the final or I'm not. If you take it, it's worth 100% total of your grade. If you don't, you'll get a grade out of 75%. Okay. Page 6 also has your technology requirements. I've already mentioned them. The big thing for most people is either a scanner or a scan app. So make sure you read through all that information on page 6. The top of page 7 talks about StatCrunch, so make sure you have that statistical software. Make sure you can access D2L, and all the requirements for that are listed on page 7. So hopefully you have access to that. The official means of communication with me is email, so make sure that you have my email address and you can contact me, and make sure that because this is an online class, you have access to a computer and a good internet connection, because you're going to have to access internet all the time for us. Okay? All right. There's information on page 7 and 8 about who you talk to if you're having issues in D2L. There is a tutoring center, or a couple of tutoring centers actually, on campus that you can access. Here's their information on page 8. And again, if I didn't say it. If I have any changes, I'll let you know in writing to the syllabus, but pretty much this is what we're going with. Again, face coverings are required if you're on campus, so bring a mask. Okay, don't come if you're ill, again. Okay, student conduct. Even online, you should conduct yourself in a manner worthy of the classroom. For instance, your first project is doing a discussion, introduction to the class, and introduction to me, and make sure that everything you do is like PG, and that any pictures that you post are appropriate, and that any comments you make are appropriate. I will be reading them, other people will be reading them, so make sure that everything is classroom appropriate. Okay. Moving on, conduct, behave properly, respect other people in the classroom, all that kind of stuff. You have to be in attendance, and attendance in this class means participating. If you go for several weeks without doing anything in the class, then I'm going to wonder where you are and how you dropped off the face of the earth. All right, page 9, 10, the bottom of page 9, all of 10, and part of 11 deals with academic dishonesty. So that means cheating. Just make sure you're not doing it. I am not happy about dealing with situations like this, but I will, if I find signs of cheating, I will take care of them appropriately, so don't do that. All kinds of stuff can happen to you, including getting kicked out of the university, depending on the severity of the academic dishonesty, so just watch out for that. All right. If you have a disability, then you need to contact the Office of Student Disabilities in G Library, room 162. Here's their contact information. And they will communicate with me if you want me to know about your disability and any modifications that you may need. We have a non-discrimination policy on campus, so we will not discriminate on any grounds. Concealed carry statement, people in this class should not be license holders, but if you are over 21, you are allowed to carry on the A&M campus if you have a concealed handgun license or a license to carry. There's information about that. And the very last page of our syllabus is the basic scenario for the semester, and this does say tentative for the schedule, so just be aware that if we run into problems that we will deal with them as we go. Okay, so big stuff for that is make sure you have a scanner or a scan app and be ready to go with all of that. Okay, what else? There are a few basic assignments that are already due. They're listed in week 1. So I'll go ahead and give a couple of them here. Actually, yeah. I'm just going to stop there and I'm going to say go to your D2L, read through the stuff, and I will put any basic assignments on the first video with the content. All right, that sounds great. Talk to you later. Thanks. Let's have a great semester.